So the very first person we have she is going to present Ocean to Table. Her name is Azure Boure. She's from the Squamish Tribe Traditional Food and Medicine Program. And she is coming to the podium. When she says her first words is when those slides start. So you'll see that they're all going to do great, and they're here to share their heart with you. So welcome.
Where science meets culture. The foundation of the Ocean to Table project is the smokehouse. Our smokehouse was built by a grant from First Nations Development Institute and Seeds of Native Health grant. The goal was to revitalize the family culture of smoking and preserving our traditional foods. Our teachers and community members took the task much further than we could have ever imagined. Ocean to Table has now been incorporated into the marine biology classes. Students learn in the classroom about chum salmon life cycle and macroinvertebrate sampling. Students visit the Grover's Creek hatchery to get hands-on experience in the spawning of chum salmon. Here, tribal member Bryna Lawrence shows how to remove the roe from female fish. Each year, fishermen invite students onto their boats. Students learn to navigate our waters and how to set nets. When the nets are pulled in, the students are taught to release the fish without cutting the nets. Many of the students said this is like working a puzzle, and they actually enjoyed that part. This is a picture during the first year students Elijah Sapai and Gerald De La Fuentes show off their salmon after entangling from the nets, and they were so proud of themselves. In 2017, students were taught beach sailing. One end of the net is anchored to the beach and the other to the boat. A boat slowly moves from shore, leaving the net in a hook pattern. When the net is full, the students hand pull the heavy nets ashore and then clean the fish from there. This was probably the most strenuous work they've done. Some students chose to work from the net from ashore, and some went on board to learn how to handle setting the net. Students were very proud of their catch of 87 salmon. Jay Mills and Son teach the students about using ferns while filleting. This lesson was taught to Jay as a child by his grandmother, and he still uses this method to this day. Jay often is heard saying, "Paper towels just don't cut it." Students take to the tables, first cutting off heads and cleaning the insides in preparation for the filleting. Jay was worried about students with sharp knives, but after 5 years, I can say that only adults have needed Band-Aids. Me is one of them. In 2016, an automatic fillet machine was installed into our seafood plant. While some students elected to continue hand filleting, some learned to use the updated technologies. As we grow and learn our traditional methods, we also explore some updated ones as well. Jay is seen here teaching the proper method of salting the fillets and how to lay them in the coolers to brine overnight. Meat to meat, skin to skin can be heard throughout the years as students recall this lesson. Former marine biology teacher Karen Matsumoto and student Kaylela rinse all of the salt and remaining blood from the fillets. This is really important as you don't want your fish to be over salty or to have any remaining blood to spoil your finished product. Here is a box of cedar sticks that have been carved in their carving class in preparation for salmon hanging. Another important lesson from Jay is to position the cut just right so the salmon hangs securely. You don't want all your hard work to end up on the floor. After 5 or 6 fillets are placed on sticks, they are set on these ladders to drip. Again, an important step because the dripping can interfere with the fire. This was Kaylela's favorite job. It allowed her to make sure all the fish were facing the right direction and securely on the sticks. One of my favorite parts was watching the students parade to the smokehouse, carrying their work. Everyone would line up to pass off their fish and run back up and grab another one. Dennis Sutter prepares the firewood, and Jay and Randy teach how to start the fire. The size and temperature of the fire are controlled to have the best outcome of smoked fish. You can do everything else right, but if your fire is wrong, you can ruin your whole batch. If your fire is too hot, the fish can drop. If it's not warm enough, it can spoil or mold the fish. Jay looks over the work of the students, making sure all the sticks are equal distance apart to ensure smoke gets in all the nooks and crannies. This smokehouse can hold up to 200 fish at a time. The fire will be tended 24 hours a day for over a week. This is a photo looking straight up at the fish in the rafters. When the fish reaches the proper doneness and smoke, they will be removed. To us, this looked like art, and so this was students' favorite picture. When the salmon is done smoking, students and teachers prepare the softer smoked salmon for canning. Part of the batch is hard smoked, and the other part canned to preserve it even longer, and another lesson in the kitchen. Students and staff fill the canning jars with fish. The fish are shared with the elders and saved to gift special visitors and for sharing at tribal functions. Thank you.